Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of my Relume and Figma workflow here on Customize Your Components. So this is going to be, again, working on my portfolio site. I'm going to jump right into it. We're just going to get a little bit more advanced in this video because there's some things I'm going to try to work out that I want to show here. Okay, so jumping right into Figma, we have our previous design here that we looked at and created. Okay, and nothing wrong with it. There's just some things that I still need to work on because it's not quite fitting the style that I'm wanting. So I'm actually going to go ahead and do a new homepage here. So I'm going to bring this over and do, oh, let's move that guy out of here, but I think I could probably delete that page. Just put that up there. Also, you'll notice that Figma looks different from the last time we did the video. There are some updates. Not really going to go into them here. There are plenty of other videos that went over those updates in detail and did a really good job. And people who are way more experienced at Figma than I am. But I am working on Relume here. Okay. So you can see I have this 5-column grid here that I really want to try to work within. Now, let's see how we can get this going here. I did do some sketches. Maybe I could throw them up on the screen here. Kind of like an idea that I have for laying out this content. Okay. Now I do really like a lot of what's going on here, but there's going to be some changes that I think I want to make. And let's see if Relume can get there for me. Some of them, again, I might have to just custom design. Relume might not work for every situation, but it's going to be able to get you most of the way there for most situations. And most people would be happy with a layout like this, and there's nothing wrong with it at all. But there are, since this is my portfolio, there's some things specific that I really want to try to do here that I'm going to have to pull apart these components even more than what I did on the part 1 video. So let's go ahead and do that here. Now for now, I think I am fairly happy with this section here, okay? But I really want to work on the rest of this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually gonna just delete all of it for now. Okay, actually I'm gonna remove the auto layout on the home page itself as well. So let's go ahead and do that, and let's grab all of this except for this one here. Okay, so I do want this. Okay, now there is an idea I have here, and to try to kind of get more, it's really an idea I got out of this scene from Loki. And again, I've referenced Loki as a really good visual guide, or for me here for this. Okay, so we have the testimonials. What I'm going to do here is, okay, so there's all these sections. You have content sections here. Okay, now what's cool that I can show this is because Figma has done some stuff to now allow absolute positioning. If you're familiar with Webflow, it's a way that we can position something within an element and not have it affect the rest of the elements that are around it. And so we can have stuff act like that, so I don't have to completely break my auto layout like I used to do in the last one. So I'm going to try to do some stuff here. Now these sections, I honestly think I don't know if I'll keep this size, but we'll see for now. So I deleted all these components. So this is actually a testimonial component from Relume, testimonial 32. And so I really would like to have a rectangle element inside of here. All right. Now, honestly, I think I really just want to do 2 squares here. So what I'm thinking of doing is doing probably, I'm gonna stick with the 16 pixel, the 4-point grid. Let's just try 16 tall. Okay, so it's nice and big there. That's fine. And what is the spacing between this guy here? About 24. Okay, I'm gonna bring that closer to 16 as well. Maybe even less than that. Let's do 12. Okay, so that is something there. Now, I'm going to bring this back. I kind of wanted to hit that second column. This, I want this essentially to get wider and hit that third column here. Now, the space in between these components, I want it to be the space of that grid there, which is going to be 24, it looks like. It should be, I think. Good. Okay. These are fine for now. So I do have to put all of these, make all of these here. This might be good because I have a lot of longer testimonials, and this is not quite where I want it yet. Come on. I'm actually just trying to move the content over, not, there we go. Boom, outside. Oops, outside. All right, this here. And this component actually animates really nicely, so that's really why I want to do it. I really like the way it goes through the testimonials in a dynamic way. Now, Relume released some new components recently that can actually aid in the design I'm already doing, so great. I'm just going to rework them a little bit to work with what I want to do. Now, there is a component that I really want to put in here. Now, let's make this one, I don't know, orange maybe? I think orange might be fun. Let's do orange. I mean, we got some blue in here. We have the tan. So let's try orange. If not, we'll play with colors later. It's not too important. But like I said, this can be positioned at absolute. So let's go ahead and work with that. So I have this here. This one goes here. I have content here. So let's throw this inside the content here. Come on. Great. So now that it is inside of here, absolute position, boom, there we go. And now it is no longer affecting the rest of the layout in here. Okay, so this is going to be kind of like a stylistic choice in terms of the type here. So I'm going to really make this like a really large number and kind of be like a just a number the sections. I want to experiment with that, and I might land on it, but we'll see here. So I'm going to break this heading large because this is going to get pretty big, something like 112. Oh, not even. Let's do 224, maybe even bigger. Let's try 48. Okay, that's more like it. Now the size of this, let's just do 100. It's fine there, all good, good stuff. Okay, now what I'm really kind of thinking is we can maybe do this in a nice way. I would love to have this behind the section title, so I'm not entirely sure why it wouldn't be. Oh, okay, well, that works. Okay, so what I'm thinking actually is it might be better if I do this on the tan and maybe these titles orange or blue. But I can also even work on doing maybe like 50% there, kind of have them Let me try that back orange again. Let's see here. And you can see I'm kind of just experimenting. Okay, I kind of like this a little better. Let's take off the grid real quick because the red can be kind of distracting. So that's how it's kind of looking there. Okay, I'm liking that. Now I really got this off of this scene, kind of in Loki. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, so there's a scene right here where it's pretty awesome. Like I love that really decorative too. And then the title here. So I'm kind of taking some inspiration from that. It's not quite the same. Obviously, this is going to be on a website, and I really have to kind of work at this a little bit. So maybe we can do something kind of like this. Or, maybe we can even have it in the bottom somehow. I feel like that looks too plain. I kind of like this a little better. Okay. So let's kind of lean on that for now. Now, what I would really, really love is honestly to be some more padding here. Maybe, possibly, but we'll experiment with that a little later. Okay, so we have just some referrals in here, not referrals, but some good reviews. So we'll have this, another one here, and I like this layout a little better stacking this way because I can kind of get away from the size issue, right? Each one can kind of be its own size and it not really affect what's going on. But I don't need these star ratings because I'm not doing that. And so we'll have that. And maybe I think I do have a fourth somewhere, so I'll kind of snag that for now. I'll leave that here. I like the idea of doing 4. Okay, so now we have the ratings. Now we'll stick with 24. We'll see how that kind of sits. Okay, and now that we have that, I would actually really like to kind of take this section here of this content and just throw it outside of my design here. Let's leave it like that. Okay. Let's get my next component. Now, next in the previous design, I had like the titles here. Okay, so I'm gonna grab another component, and probably, honestly, I can probably just grab this one. Let's do that. Let's grab this. Let's see, where am I at? This should be enough there. Good. And let's go ahead and do I need to remember the shortcut for this, and this should already be on the 5.3. Great. Okay. So here, actually, you know what? I'm not going to use a component. There's a reason why I'm not going to use this component, because there is another component that I really, really liked, and it is, I think it's based off of frequently asked questions drop down, but let me see here. Stacked. Okay, perfect. I think it's this guy here. So let me see how I feel about this one. Okay, good. So now this is in here. This is here. All right. This is actually kind of close because of the way this stretched out. So what's going to happen is this guy, let me go ahead and detach this instance. So this guy here is, okay, so now we have this section. I'm going to bring this trusty section back in here, but without further ado, since I already started with the black, I am going to make my background this black here, and my text is going to be my tan. Okay, so let's copy this. Let's actually paste it, whoa, inside of here. Let's see how this, get rid of this. Come on. So I'll get rid of that, and then I can get rid of the button. All right, so now we got good old letter 3, and now we'll have brand strategy. Okay. There we go. Now this isn't perfect because I do need to bring that component out here. This is not going to be like that. And I need to fix it. Oh, 80, so 24 again. Let's try that. Yep, there we go, 24. Perfect. That's that. All right, and that worked out. Cool. So that's how we're going to do that. So I'm going to take away this here, but the reason why I'm doing this, and I'm still kind of deciding on whether I really don't want to make people click into it, so maybe I might not, but we'll see again. So brand strategy. Let me see here. Build your brand strategy, and then we'll do identity design. And these sections might be kind of small, but we'll see here. But there is a paragraph I do want to take with me here. So add that bad boy in here. We'll see how that works for legibility later. Don't quite know yet. Okay, so I don't need this many accordion items if I decide to do this. And also let's see how I can get. So we have the plus here, the vector. Now, let me see if the strokes, so section colors inside, okay. So let's fix this. So we'll do, okay, nothing wrong here. So we'll do custom. Okay. So what I want to do is, let's do all, let's do 0 real quick. Great. Now really the bottom, I just want to do the bottom, maybe like 2, just nice and thick. 0. Okay, weird. That worked. Don't know why that worked, but that worked. Custom again. We'll do bottom 2. We'll do this, and there we go. Okay, so now we have these accordion drop downs here. So, maybe not. I don't know. Unless maybe we just leave the paragraph in here and leave it like unanimated and just kind of have it open. It's an idea, but we'll see what I decide to do there. That way, I'm not having to make graphics where I don't really need to. Okay, that's good. So I'm going to remove this section. Let's bring this guy up here. And we'll do another one because I do have that other section there for the no-code development. I'm going to give this one some more space of like 140, I think 148. Oops. Okay. So this one is going to be no code development, and I'll take the copy from this section here. All right. If that's the case, I might actually need to bring this down probably even more, maybe 40%. Just to make this a little more legible. So 40 and 40, every little bit matters here. Okay, so this one we have, I think I have Webflow development, and then I have something else. Oops. So we'll kind of discuss those a little bit, and we'll have those sections there. And I think honestly this is like looking more what I'm kind of envisioning in my head. You know, maybe even this paragraph goes above these here and then these click down. Well, you know, I'll experiment with that stuff. Okay, and I have a couple more sections here. I do have the call to action, and I don't know where I kind of stand on that. Do I even like this? Probably not. So let's actually, you know what? We can still do something like this here. So this can go here, maybe. Actually, let's go pick up another asset, call to action. Actually, not a call to action. Well, maybe. What does this guy look like? Okay, this has potential here. So let's go ahead and attach instance again. And I kind of have an idea for this. That's why I'm sticking with this one. How this might live. I'm going to skip doing like the colored sections here. So I'm actually going to keep it the same black, do our type here this way. Again, I am going to bring in our custom heading here that we made. And I'm going to drop it in here, I think. Yeah, good. That I do like this. I do think there needs to be a let's put this here. Let's get rid of this section here. Action needs to go under section title, so we'll do that. And it also needs to be above the 2 there. Same thing for here. There we go. Now we're cooking. B5, and then our project started. Okay, and I think I have an image I might want to kind of use for here, maybe. Again, sticking with here, here, and then this section, bringing that all the way here. Okay. Now, in between, I want to keep it to 24, so we'll do that. And then this, I don't know what we'll do here. There is an image that might be good to use later, but for now, okay, something like this. There we go. Because I'm thinking of doing like a type form layout or something here, so that's why I'm kind of leaving it like this. And this is pretty easy to translate this into mobile. That's what I'm thinking about here too, is that like I can have these elements go on top, I can reduce the size of that 5, and it will actually should work out pretty nicely. Okay. What's next here? So I have a call to action. Now I have our projects, and so this can be completely redesigned as well. So let me go ahead and go to assets, and at this point it might not be working out in my favor to keep pulling from things I'd already done. Actually, for the projects, I kind of want to do something like this. There is an idea I have here for this. So, completed projects. I'm not going to need this paragraph here. This is going to be section 6. Now, what I'm thinking is actually we can have the title of the project here, and we can probably even do a drop down, and I can see if I can animate this one. So this section is here, right? Yeah, that content's here. It wasn't really meant to do this, so let's actually put this in a group. Do So now I should be able to do this. Yeah, it's not going to break. Perfect. So what I can actually do is really just, you know what? Let me go ahead and go here. So the accordion item, the height is, it's got to be, there we go. Now I do want everything to left align inside of here. There we go. So what would need to happen essentially would be a nice big image, and there needs to be some spacing between this. So probably 24 feels right. All right. And then maybe here, so what we want to do is maybe put a paragraph here as well, take up a space of one column. And I should have a plugin for Lorem Ipsum. 5 sentences and generate. That is perfectly fine. Oops. So what's going to need to happen here is that these two items need to be grouped so that they are actually these guys are going to be left and right. Perfect. So here will just be like a quick little summary. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and do this as fill container. There we go. Boom. All right. So maybe I'll do coffee. Something like that. So I don't know, maybe we'll put some content in here and have the project. Maybe we'll just leave them all actually like this. We'll just kind of have them all opened up and not animated. So again, I'll decide what we're gonna do. I think I'd rather have them unanimated because I don't want to make more clicks for them. So I'll probably do the same thing for here. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if I want this to blend in as much. I feel like it's blending in with the information here. I don't know if I'm sold on that call to action, but we will see. We will see. Okay. Now, if that's the case, I think this is gonna probably have to follow this style here. Oops. I don't know. We'll play with that a little bit. Okay, so now we're at the project part here, and I would like to have content now, so I might follow something similar to this here. I think I want to make more space in between these, to be honest. I don't know. I just feel like it might not lend too well being like that. So we'll see. Again, as always, if you want to experiment with your design, you would go ahead and hit play, and then you can take a look at it and see how that's going. And as of right now, it is looking pretty nice. I'm liking this a lot more than the original direction. So it's nice that Relume can get you going and get you started, and you can start pulling the components apart after that. They don't have to limit you. The key here is finding great inspiration, creating a great plan beforehand. Not that I might be the best example of this, but really planning beforehand and then knowing what the components are to kind of game plan how you're going to set this up in there. So I knew they had these drop downs, and so I knew I can probably pull for them to get me a start of where I wanted to go, and I just had to create some custom stuff within that element. Not have me always creating these custom elements for this project, because the goal here is to use Relume, right? That's the whole point of this video. And so we're still using these Relume components, just making them ours. But okay, I'm going to stop the video here. I think we kind of get the point. I'm actually going to be finishing this up. I'm really doing a deep dive and redesigning my portfolio, because I also want this thing to be the hub for all the content we're doing here. And so the content's been going really well, and we got some exciting stuff kind of mapped out in the future. So subscribe, stay tuned for that. I'm actually going to be going through a whole project. I did one early on, but now I'm going to do a different one. It's going to be a different scenario. It's going to be an e-commerce site. But when that video comes out, I'll go ahead and give you more detail there, but stay tuned for that one. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video. Have fun designing.